Hello, and welcome to another episode of Super English Talks. I'm really happy that you're here with me today. If you are learning English and want to get better at listening and speaking, this podcast is just for you. Here, we talk about real-life topics using easy, clear, and natural English. So, put on your headphones, get comfortable, relax, and let's start today's episode. Today's topic: the hidden pain behind success, what they don't tell you. That sounds a little deep, doesn't it? You might be thinking, pain? But success is supposed to be something good. Yes, many people believe that success is only about happy things, like having lots of money, being famous, or having power. But the truth is, behind almost every success story, there is a lot of hard work, stress, and even pain that people don't often talk about. In this episode, we're going to talk about the side of success that most people never see. Why this topic matters. In today's world, we see so many pictures and videos of people showing off their perfect lives on social media. We see people driving expensive cars, living in huge houses, wearing designer clothes, or traveling to beautiful places. We read about famous business people, movie stars, and influencers who made it. And when we see these things, we often think, I want to be like them. And that's okay. It's completely normal to want to be successful. But here's the problem: we usually only see the final result, not the real story behind it. We don't see the long nights, the stress, the failures, or the loneliness that often come with that success. Because of this, many people start to compare their lives to others. They think, why am I not successful yet? Or why is my life not like theirs? This kind of thinking can make people feel sad, anxious, or even depressed. But when we understand that success is not always easy or perfect, we can learn to be kinder to ourselves. We can stop comparing so much and start enjoying our own personal journey. Remember, your path to success is your own story, and it doesn't need to look like anyone else's. What we'll talk about today. In this episode, we'll explore what success really means. We'll talk about the good side of success, the happiness, pride, and achievement. But we'll also look at the hidden side, the pain, the pressure, and the personal challenges that often come with success. I'll also share some real-life examples to help you understand this topic better. And at the end, I'll give you useful tips on how to chase your goals in a healthy and smart way, so you can find success without losing yourself in the process. So, if you're ready to learn something new, improve your English, and think more deeply about life, stay with me. This is going to be a very open and honest episode that can really help you see success in a new light. Let's begin our journey into the real story behind success, right here on Super English Talks. What is success? Before we talk about the pain behind success, we first need to understand, what does success really mean? This is a very important question, and the interesting thing is, there isn't just one answer. Success can mean different things to different people. For example, for some people, success means having a lot of money and living in luxury. For others, success means having a happy family and spending time with the people they love. Some people see success as doing a job they truly enjoy, and others think success is about living a peaceful and healthy life without stress or pressure. So, there is no single definition of success. Everyone has their own idea of what it means. If we look at it in a simple way, we can say, success is when you reach a goal that you worked hard for. It's when you achieve something that is important to you, something that makes you feel proud and happy. But remember, success doesn't happen overnight. It usually takes time, effort, mistakes, and a lot of learning along the way. So now that we understand the basic idea of success, let's talk a bit more about what it really means. Success can look very different for every person. It can be big or small, personal or professional. For example, success could be something personal like learning a new language, finishing a book, or getting healthier. Or it could be something professional, like getting a promotion at work, starting your own business, or completing a big project. In simple words, success means reaching the place you wanted to go after trying, learning, and working hard for it. What society teaches us about success? But in today's world, many people only see success in one way. They think someone is successful only if that person is rich, famous, or powerful. For example, we often see a person with a big house, an expensive car, and many followers on social media, and we say, "Wow, that person is so successful." And yes, in some ways, that might be true. That person might have achieved great things. But that is only one side of success, the part we can see with our eyes. It's like looking at a photo. You can see the picture, but not the full story behind it. Because of this, many people grow up believing that money, fame, and power are the most important things in life. From a very young age, we see actors, business people, and influencers living a lifestyle that looks perfect. They travel the world. They wear beautiful clothes. They always smile in their photos. And after seeing that again and again, we start to believe that we need the same things to be happy. We begin to think that if we don't have those things, we are not doing well, that we are somehow unsuccessful. Why we want to be successful? So many people work very hard because they want to feel proud of themselves. They want to prove something to their family, their friends, or even to themselves. Some people want to show their parents that they can make it. Others want to escape a difficult life or poverty. And some just want to feel special, respected, or important in society. And let me be clear, there is nothing wrong with that. It's completely normal to want a better life. It's normal to want people to respect you. And it's healthy to dream big. In fact, dreams and goals are what keep us moving forward. They give us energy and motivation to grow. The journey matters more than the result. But the problem begins when we focus only on the final result, the end of the story, and forget about the journey. Many people think that success is just the finish line, that moment when everything finally works out. But real success is not only about the finish line. It's also about the path you take to get there. It's about all the hard work, the mistakes, the lessons, and the growth that happen along the way. If we forget about that part, we can end up feeling empty or unhappy even after reaching our goals. Why does this happen? Because we were only chasing the result and not enjoying the process. Success looks different for everyone. Another very important thing to remember is that success is not the same for everyone. For one person, success might mean starting a company and building a business. For another person, success could mean being a loving parent or living a quiet, peaceful life. A student who studies hard and passes a difficult exam, that's also success. A person who finally learns to speak English after years of practice, that's success too. So we should never compare our own success to someone else's. Each person is walking on their own path at their own speed, with their own goals. Success and happiness are not always the same. Sometimes people chase success because they think it will make them happy. They say, if I get this job, I will be happy, or if I earn more money, I'll finally feel good about myself. And yes, success can bring happiness, at least for a little while. But it's important to understand that success and happiness are not always the same thing. You can be very successful and still feel empty inside. You can have everything you ever wanted, the job, the car, the money, and still feel lonely or tired. That's why it's so important to stop and ask yourself, why do I want to be successful? When you understand your reason, your why, you can find real meaning in your work and in your life. Our English. The bright side of success. Now that we understand what success really means and why so many people want it, let's talk about something more positive, the bright side of success, the good things that come when you reach your goals. Because yes, success can bring many beautiful things into your life. When we talk about the hidden pain behind success, it doesn't mean that success is bad. Not at all. It just means we want to understand the whole picture, both the good and the not-so-good sides. So first, let's shine a light on the bright side. 1. Success brings financial comfort. One of the first and most obvious benefits of success is money. When people become successful in business, sports, music, or any other area, they often start to earn more. And with more money, life can feel easier in many ways. You don't have to worry about paying bills every month. You can buy healthy food, live in a safe and comfortable home, and maybe even travel to new places. Money gives you freedom of choice, the power to decide what you want to do, where you want to go, and how you want to live. You no longer need to think only about survival. Instead, you can focus on enjoying life, exploring new things, and helping others if you want to. For many people, this kind of financial freedom is a big dream and a big reason they work hard for success. 2. Success brings respect. Another wonderful thing that comes with success is respect. When you reach your goals, people notice. They see your hard work and your results. They begin to listen to your ideas more carefully. They value your opinion and want to learn from you. This respect can come from your family, your friends, your coworkers, or even strangers who admire your journey. Being respected feels very good. It makes you feel confident and proud. It's like the world is saying, yes, you did it. Your hard work was worth it. That feeling can motivate you to keep going and to do even greater things. 3. Success brings freedom. Success can also bring freedom, not just financial freedom, but freedom over your time and choices. For example, when you become successful in your job or your business, you may have more control over how you spend your day. You can choose when to work, where to work, and even who to work with. Many successful people become their own bosses. They don't have to take orders from others. They can create their own schedule and build a lifestyle that fits their personal goals and values. This kind of freedom gives people time to do things that truly matter, like spending more time with family, exploring hobbies, traveling, or focusing on their health and happiness. It's a kind of success that isn't just about money, but about living life on your own terms. 4. Success brings recognition. Another bright side of success is recognition. Recognition means that other people see what you've done and appreciate it. Maybe you win an award, maybe people talk about you in the news, or maybe your story inspires someone else to follow their dreams. Recognition gives people a sense of importance, the feeling that what they do matters. Everyone wants to feel seen and valued. And when your hard work is recognized, it gives you a strong emotional reward. It tells you that your time, energy, and effort made a difference. 5. The beautiful image of success. On the outside, success often looks very beautiful. When we look at successful people, we usually see smiles, confidence, and comfort. We see the fancy cars, big houses, happy family photos, beautiful vacations, and expensive clothes. We see interviews on TV, happy posts on social media, and stories about how someone made it in life. All of this creates a very powerful image, one that makes many people say, "Wow, this person has everything. Their life must be perfect." This picture of success can be very inspiring. It can make people dream bigger and work harder. It gives them hope that they, too, can change their lives. And that's not a bad thing. Dreaming big is wonderful. For some people, seeing others succeed becomes the push they need to start their own journey. 6. The emotional rewards of success. Finally, let's talk about something very important, the emotional side of success. When you reach a goal that you worked hard for, you feel something powerful inside. You feel proud, strong, and happy. You feel like all those difficult days, all the mistakes, and all the sacrifices were worth it. That feeling, the feeling of achieving something, is one of the best feelings in life. It's a mix of joy, relief, and pride. It tells you, I can do it. And that emotion can give you confidence to keep dreaming, to keep learning, and to keep growing. The hidden pain behind success. Now that we've talked about the bright side of success, the money, the respect, the freedom, the confidence, it's time to look at the other side. This is the part that people don't often talk about. It's the side that's usually hidden from the world. You don't see it in photos, you don't read about it on social media, and most people don't mention it in interviews. But it's very real. Many successful people face a kind of pain, stress, and pressure that most of us never see. This is what we call the hidden pain behind success, and it's something important to understand if we want to see the full story. 1. The pain of long working hours. One of the biggest struggles that hides behind success is working too much. Many successful people work 10, 12, or even 16 hours a day. They wake up very early and go to bed very late. They skip weekends, miss holidays, and often sacrifice sleep. At first, this may feel exciting. When you have a dream, you want to give everything to make it real. You tell yourself, I'll rest later. But over time, working too much can start to hurt. You feel tired all the time. You don't have energy for friends or family. You stop enjoying the little things like having dinner with loved ones or taking a walk outside. Work becomes your whole world, and even when you try to relax, your mind keeps thinking about it. This kind of lifestyle can make people feel burned out, stressed, and disconnected from the things that once made them happy. 2. The pressure to keep performing. Along with long working hours comes pressure, the heavy weight of responsibility that success brings. When you are working toward big goals, your mind is always full. You think about results, deadlines, and expectations. You might have a team depending on you, a family relying on you, or clients waiting for you to deliver. You start to feel like you can't make mistakes, like one wrong step could ruin everything you've built. This pressure feels like a heavy bag that you carry on your shoulders every single day. Even if you smile on the outside, on the inside you might feel exhausted, nervous, or even scared. You may wake up in the middle of the night thinking about work. You may find it hard to rest because your brain never stops. Your body is tired, but your mind keeps running. This is a kind of stress that many successful people quietly live with, but few ever talk about. 3. The fear of failure. Another hidden pain behind success is the fear of failure. From the outside, successful people often look strong and confident. They seem to know exactly what they're doing. But inside, many of them live with a constant fear, the fear of losing everything they've worked for. The higher you climb, the more you feel you have to lose. If you fail, people will notice. The world will talk. You may feel embarrassed, judged, or disappointed in yourself. Because of this fear, many successful people keep pushing themselves harder and harder. They don't allow themselves to rest because they're afraid to fall behind. They don't celebrate their achievements for long because they're already worried about the next challenge. It's a quiet fear, the kind that hides behind a smile and a confident voice. But it's real, and it can make success feel very lonely. 4. The loneliness of success. Another pain that people rarely see is loneliness. When you work hard to achieve something big, you often have to make sacrifices. You may spend less time with friends and family. You may skip social events, parties, or even simple dinners. At first, it might not feel like a big deal. You tell yourself it's just temporary. I'll spend more time with them later. But later often never comes. Over time, you start to feel distant from people. You realize that while you were busy working, the world around you kept moving. You might have success, but you miss the feeling of connection. Many successful people say that even though they have everything they dreamed of, they sometimes feel alone, like nobody truly understands their struggles. 5. The emotional cost. Finally, success can have an emotional cost. When you are constantly working, constantly pushing, and constantly worrying, your emotions get tired too. You may feel stressed, anxious, or even empty inside. You might look happy in photos, but deep down you feel lost. Some people begin to question, why am I doing all this? Is it really worth it? And this emotional pain is what we usually don't see when we look at successful people. We see the smile in the picture, but we don't see the tears behind the camera. To sum it up, so yes, success has a bright and beautiful side: money, freedom, respect, confidence. But it also has a hidden side: long hours, pressure, fear, loneliness, and emotional exhaustion. Both sides are real. And if we want to truly understand success, we need to look at the whole picture. In the next part of our episode, we'll talk about something very important: how to chase your goals in a healthy, balanced, and smart way so that you can be successful without losing yourself in the process. The hidden pain behind success, Part 2. Let's continue our conversation about the side of success that people don't often talk about: the hidden pain. We've already talked about the long hours, the pressure, and the stress. But there are even more deep and personal struggles that come with success. And to understand the full picture, we need to talk about them honestly. 1. The fear of losing what you have. When people become successful, they often start to feel a new kind of fear: the fear of losing it all. They think, what if I can't stay on top? What if someone younger or smarter takes my place? What if people stop caring about me? This kind of fear can grow quietly in a person's mind. It makes them feel like they have to keep working harder and harder, even when they're already tired. When you're successful, people expect you to always stay strong. They expect you to always win, always deliver, and never fall. But the truth is, no one can win all the time. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has bad days. When we start to believe that failure is not allowed, we create a deep fear inside ourselves. That fear can turn into stress and anxiety. It's like walking on a narrow bridge: one wrong step, and everything could fall apart. 2. The cost of lost time and relationships. Another big hidden pain that comes with success is the loss of personal time and relationships. Many successful people work so much that they don't have time for the people they love. They miss birthdays, family dinners, school events, and quiet evenings at home. They might feel guilty about it, but they also feel trapped. They tell themselves, I have to work more if I want to succeed. I'll spend time with my family later. But sometimes later never comes. Slowly, the people they love start to feel far away. Even when they are in the same room, their mind is still thinking about work, about meetings, emails, or the next big project. Over time, this can hurt relationships. It can make people feel emotionally distant, even from their closest friends or family members. The very success they worked so hard for can start to create walls between them and the people who matter most. 3. The effect on health. Another very serious part of the hidden pain behind success is health problems. When you work too much, sleep too little, and feel too much pressure, your body begins to suffer. You might start to have headaches, back pain, or stomach problems. You may feel tired even after a full night's sleep. Your heart feels heavy, and your energy disappears. At the same time, your mental health can also suffer. Many successful people feel anxious, sad, or emotionally empty. They might feel like they're falling apart inside, but they don't tell anyone. Why? Because they don't want to look weak. They want people to believe they are strong, confident, and happy. So they smile in public, but when they are alone, they feel completely drained. This silence makes the pain even worse. It's like carrying a heavy secret that no one can see. 4. The loneliness of success. There's also something else that surprises many people: loneliness. You might think, how can a successful person be lonely? They're surrounded by people all the time. But sometimes, the higher you climb, the lonelier it feels. You may start to wonder if people like you for who you are, or only for what you have: your money, your position, or your fame. You may start to feel like you can't trust others. You may feel that no one really understands your stress, your fears, or your challenges. And when you feel like you can't talk to anyone about how you feel, the loneliness grows stronger. You might be in a big room full of people, smiling and talking, and still feel completely alone inside. This is one of the quietest and deepest pains behind success. 5. The truth behind the smile. All of this shows us something very important. Success is not always easy. Behind the smile, behind the beautiful photo, behind the big car or the fancy title, there can be real suffering. But people rarely talk about it. Why? Because we live in a world that teaches us to hide our pain. Many people believe that showing weakness means failure. So they keep quiet. They hide their struggles. Meanwhile, everyone else keeps looking at the perfect picture, the success, the happiness, the fame, and they think, wow, that person has the perfect life. But if we only look at the outside, we never see the full story. We don't see the long nights, the stress, the sacrifices, or the tears behind the camera. And then we start comparing ourselves to that perfect image. We think, why am I not there yet? Or why is my life not like that? But remember, behind every perfect photo, there might be a story of pain, stress, or sadness. 6. What we can learn. So the next time you see a successful person, take a moment to think deeper. Yes, be inspired. Yes, respect their hard work and determination. But also remember, they may be carrying pain that you cannot see. And if you are working hard toward your own goals, that's wonderful. Keep going. But don't forget this: success is a journey, not just a result. Your health, your happiness, and your relationships are just as important as any goal you want to reach. Don't lose yourself while chasing success. Take care of your body, take care of your mind, and take care of the people you love. Because true success is not only about what you achieve. It's also about how you live, how you feel, and how you grow along the way. In the next part of this episode, we'll talk about real stories of successful people and what we can learn from their journeys. Stories and examples of successful people. Sometimes, when we talk about success and the pain behind it, it can still feel far away, like something that happens to other people, not to us. But success and the struggles that come with it are very real. That's why, in this part of the episode, I want to share a few simple stories. Some are about famous people you may already know. Others are about everyday people, people like you and me. These stories will help us see that success is not always perfect. Even the richest, strongest, or most famous people can feel tired, lonely, or unhappy behind the scenes. Let's begin with a story you might know. Robin Williams. Robin Williams was a world-famous actor and comedian from the United States. He made millions of people laugh through his movies and shows. He was full of energy and seemed to bring happiness wherever he went. To the world, Robin looked like the perfect picture of success, a man who had everything: talent, fame, money, and love from fans all over the world. But behind that big, beautiful smile, he was struggling. For many years, Robin battled depression. He brought laughter to everyone else, but deep inside, he felt pain that few people knew about. Even though he had so much success, he was fighting a quiet and difficult battle with his own mind. Sadly, in 2014, Robin Williams passed away. His story teaches us something powerful, that even people who look the happiest can be hurting inside. It reminds us that success does not always mean peace or happiness. Simone Biles. Let's look at another story, one of strength and courage. Simone Biles is one of the greatest gymnasts in the world. She has won many gold medals and made history in the Olympics. Her success is admired by millions. But during the 2021 Olympic Games, something surprising happened. Simone decided to step back from several competitions. She said she needed to take care of her mental health. Many people were shocked. How could someone at the top of her sport stop competing? They asked. But Simone explained honestly that she was feeling too much pressure and that her mind was not okay. She said she needed time to rest and heal. This was a very brave thing to do. Even though she was one of the most successful athletes in the world, she chose her health over her medals. Her story reminds us that mental health is more important than success. It shows us that being strong sometimes means knowing when to stop. Ravi's story. Now, let's move from a famous story to one about an everyday person. Meet Ravi, a man from India. Ravi worked very hard to become a software engineer. He studied day and night, took many exams, and finally got a great job at a big technology company. Everyone around him was proud. On social media, Ravi posted pictures of his new office, his computer, and his professional life. People looked at his photos and thought, "Wow, Ravi made it. He's living the dream." But what people didn't see was what was happening behind the screen. Ravi was working 14 hours a day. He was always tired and had no time for his family or friends. He missed birthdays, family dinners, and quiet evenings at home. One day, Ravi told his best friend, "I have everything I wanted, a good job, money, respect, but I don't feel happy anymore." That sentence is something many people can relate to. They reach their goals, but they lose their peace in the process. Ravi's story shows us that success can look beautiful on the outside, but feel heavy on the inside. Maria's story. Let's move to another story, this time from Brazil. Maria loved baking. She started a small bakery in her neighborhood. Her cakes were delicious, and people loved them. Her business grew fast, and soon she had more customers, more orders, and more money. Everyone thought Maria was living her dream. Her bakery became popular, and people admired her success. But inside, Maria was exhausted. She woke up very early every morning and worked until late at night. She had no time to rest or relax. Her back hurt, she had headaches, and she barely slept. Still, she told herself, "I can't stop. If I take a break, I'll lose everything I've worked for." Maria's story is very common, especially for small business owners. They love their work, but the constant pressure can hurt their health and happiness. The story of a student. And finally, let's think about a student. This student studies all day and all night to get the best grades. Everyone around them says, "You're so smart," or "You're the best." From the outside, everything looks great. But inside, the student might be struggling. They might not be sleeping well. They might feel anxious, afraid of failing, or afraid of disappointing others. They might feel lonely because they have no time to relax or meet friends. This, too, is a kind of hidden pain behind success. You don't have to be rich or famous to feel it. Even students, workers, parents, and dreamers can experience it. What these stories teach us. All of these stories, from Robin Williams to Simone Biles, from Ravi to Maria to the student, teach us one simple truth. Success does not always mean happiness. Behind every smile, there may be a story of struggle. Behind every great achievement, there may be sleepless nights and silent battles. That's why it's important to look deeper. When you see someone who looks successful, don't just admire what they have, also respect what they may have gone through. And if you're working toward your own success, remember this. Take care of your mind, your body, and your relationships along the way. Don't forget to rest. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to live. Because real success is not just about reaching the top. It's about feeling at peace while you're climbing. Why we don't talk about the pain. We've now heard real stories from famous people and everyday people who became successful but faced struggles behind the scenes. But you might be wondering, if so many people feel this way, why don't they talk about it? That's a very good question, and the answer is not simple. There are many reasons why people stay silent about the pain behind success. In this part of the episode, let's explore some of those reasons and try to understand them better. 1. The pressure of social media. One of the biggest reasons is social media. Today, almost everyone uses platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube to share their lives. But what kind of life do we share online? Usually, only the good parts. We see smiling faces, beautiful vacations, fancy houses, expensive cars, and happy moments. We see achievements, new jobs, celebrations, and awards. But what we don't see are the sleepless nights, the stress, the arguments, or the moments of fear and sadness. People want to look strong, happy, and successful. They want others to admire them, not to worry about them. So they post only the bright side of their lives. And because everyone is doing the same thing, it starts to look like that's normal. Like everyone else is living a perfect life. Then what happens? We start comparing. We look at other people's online lives and think, "Wow, they're doing so well. I'm not doing enough." We forget that what we see is not the full story. It's only the edited version of someone's life. This makes it even harder for people to be honest. They're afraid that if they post about their struggles, people will judge them. They might lose respect or followers. They might look weak or ungrateful. So instead, they keep quiet and continue posting smiles. And the truth stays hidden behind filters and captions. 2. Society's obsession with winning. Another big reason is society's focus on success and winning. From a very young age, we are taught to compete and to win. At school, we're told to get the highest grades. In sports, we must win the game. In life, we're expected to get the best job, the biggest house, and the highest salary. We grow up believing that being successful means being the best. The best student, the best worker, the best parent, the best everything. Society celebrates winners. We clap for them, give them awards, and put them on magazine covers. But what about the people who are struggling, learning, or failing? Often, they are forgotten. Because of this, people start to hide their struggles. They think, if I talk about my stress, people will think I'm weak. If I show my sadness, maybe they'll think I'm not successful anymore. So they wear a mask, a happy, confident mask, even when they're hurting inside. They feel pressure to look perfect because that's what society expects. And sometimes, that pressure becomes so strong that they stop being honest, even with themselves. 3. Fear of judgment. Another reason why people don't talk about their pain is fear of judgment. When someone is successful, people expect them to always be happy and positive. So if they say, I feel tired or I feel sad, others might not understand. Some people might say, but you have everything, why are you complaining? Or, I wish I had your life. These comments can make a person feel guilty for having feelings. They start thinking, maybe I shouldn't talk about this. Maybe I should just smile. So, they keep quiet. They smile for the world, but inside, they're struggling alone. 4. The fear of losing respect. For some successful people, especially leaders, celebrities, or business owners, talking about pain feels risky. They fear that if they show emotion or vulnerability, people won't trust them anymore. They worry others will see them as weak or less capable. So, they build a wall around themselves. They pretend everything is fine. They carry the weight quietly while the world claps for their success. 5. The desire to protect others. There's also another reason, a softer one. Some people don't talk about their struggles because they don't want to make others worry. They want to protect their family or friends from stress. They smile and say, I'm okay, even when they're not. They think keeping quiet is a way of being strong. But silence often makes the pain grow stronger inside. All these reasons, social media, society's pressure, fear of judgment, fear of losing respect, and wanting to protect others, show us that silence is not always peace. Sometimes silence means someone is hurting but feels they can't say it. That's why we need to create a world where it's okay to talk about these things. Where success doesn't have to mean perfection. Where people can say, I'm doing well, but it's been hard. And still be respected and loved. In the next part of our episode, we'll talk about something very important. How to find balance between success and happiness. How can you chase your dreams without losing your peace of mind? How can you reach your goals and still take care of yourself? What we can learn from this. We've talked about many important things in this episode. What success really means, the bright side of success, the hidden pain behind it, and the reasons why people don't talk about their struggles. Now, let's take a step back and think deeply. What can we learn from all of this? What lessons can we carry with us on our own journey toward success? 1. Real success is more than just winning. The first lesson is simple but powerful. Real success is more than just winning. In today's world, many people believe success means being rich, famous, or admired by others. But true success is not only about reaching the top, it's about how you get there and how you feel along the way. Success is not just about money or power. It's also about peace of mind, kindness, balance, and happiness. You can have a lot of things and still feel empty. But if you feel grateful, calm, and proud of the person you're becoming, that's real success. Remember, success is not a race. It's not about being better than others. It's about being better than who you were yesterday. 2. It's okay to struggle. The second lesson is that it's okay to struggle. We all face challenges, even the most successful people in the world. Every dream has difficult days. Every journey has moments of doubt, fear, and tiredness. Sometimes, we think that strong people never struggle. But that's not true. Strong people struggle, they just keep moving forward. They keep trying, even when things are hard. So if you ever feel like success is harder than you expected, don't feel ashamed. Don't think you're weak. You are not weak, you are human. Struggling is part of growing. When you feel tired, take a break. When you feel sad, talk to someone. When you feel lost, remind yourself why you started. 3. Talking about pain makes us stronger. Another important lesson is that talking about pain doesn't make you weak, it makes you stronger. When we open up about our struggles, we give others permission to do the same. We show them that they are not alone. We help to break the silence that keeps people feeling small and afraid. If you share your real story, not just your perfect moments, you make the world more honest. You show others that it's okay to be real. So the next time someone asks, "How are you?" it's okay to say, "I'm doing my best, but it's been tough lately." That's not weakness, that's courage. 4. Take care of your mind and body. The fourth lesson is that your health and happiness are just as important as your goals. There is no real success if you lose yourself along the way. Work hard, yes, but don't forget to rest. Dream big, but don't forget to sleep, eat well, and spend time with the people you love. Remember that your body and mind are your most important tools. Without them, no dream can last. Success should feel good, not painful. It should lift you up, not break you down. So take care of yourself while you work toward your dreams. 5. Redefine what success means for you. Finally, we can learn that success looks different for everyone. For one person, it might be starting a business. For another, it might be raising a family, helping others, or simply living in peace. You don't need to follow someone else's idea of success. You don't need to live like the people you see online. Your success is your own, personal, unique, and meaningful to you. Ask yourself, what truly makes me happy? What do I really want in life? What kind of person do I want to become? When you find answers to these questions, you'll discover your own path to success, one that feels real, healthy, and fulfilling. What we can learn from this. The first and most important lesson is this: success is not just about money or fame. Many people believe that to be successful, they must be rich, popular, or well-known. But that's not true. Success looks different for every person. For one person, success might be getting a good job. For another, it might be building a loving family. For someone else, it could be learning a new language, starting a small business, or simply living a healthy and peaceful life. You don't need to be famous to be successful. You just need to reach your own goals, the goals that matter to you, and feel proud of the effort you gave along the way. And remember, just because someone has money or fame doesn't mean they are happy. As we heard in the earlier stories, even successful people can struggle with stress, loneliness, or health problems. That's why it's so important to understand that success is not only what we see on the outside. True success should bring peace, balance, and joy, not just more pressure or fear of losing what you have. Take care of yourself. The second big lesson is this: taking care of yourself is just as important as reaching your goals. Many people work day and night, always thinking, "I'll rest after I become successful." But often, that day never comes. They keep working harder, taking on more stress, and forgetting about their health, their friends, and even their own happiness. But what is the point of reaching the top if you feel empty or broken inside? Taking care of yourself means listening to your body and your mind. It means giving yourself time to rest, to breathe, and to enjoy life. It means spending time with people who love you and doing the things that make you feel alive. It also means learning to say no when things become too much and asking for help when you need it. Remember, taking care of yourself is not selfish, it's smart. Because when you are healthy and happy, you can do more, create more, and share more with the world around you. Talk about the real journey. Another powerful lesson is this: we need to talk about the real journey, not just the final result. In today's world, we usually hear about people's success after they've made it. We see the photos, the awards, the celebrations, but we don't see the nights they cried, the times they failed, or the days they wanted to give up. We only see the finish line, not the road they walked to get there. But the truth is, success is not a straight line. It's full of ups and downs, mistakes, lessons, and small victories that slowly build the big picture. When we start sharing the full story, the hard days as well as the good ones, we help others feel stronger. We remind them that they are not alone when they face challenges. It's okay to fail. It's okay to feel stuck. What truly matters is that we keep going, keep learning, and keep growing. And if more people begin to talk honestly about their real experiences, not just the perfect parts, we can build a kinder, more understanding world, a world where people support each other instead of comparing themselves all the time. Define your own success. So, what can you do with all this? Start by defining your own idea of success. Don't let the internet, social media, or other people decide what success should look like for you. Ask yourself, what truly makes me proud? What kind of life do I want to live? What matters most to me? These are powerful questions. The answers will help you stay focused on what's real, on the goals that bring you joy, peace, and meaning. Because at the end of the day, success is not about being perfect. It's about being real, doing your best, and living in a way that makes your heart feel full. Tips for a healthy way to chase success. Now that we've talked about the bright side of success, the hidden pain behind it, and what we can learn from it, let's finish this episode with some simple but powerful tips. These tips will help you chase your dreams in a healthy way, so you can reach your goals while also taking care of your mind, your body, and your heart. Because real success is not only about what you achieve, it's also about how you feel along the way. Tip 1. Take breaks. When you work or study for a long time, your body and mind start to get tired. If you never rest, you can quickly feel stressed, angry, or burned out. Taking breaks is not being lazy, it's being smart. Even a short break can make a big difference. Take a walk outside, stretch your body, listen to music, drink some water, or talk to a friend. Give your mind a few minutes to relax. When you rest, you come back with more focus, more creativity, and more energy. Remember, breaks don't slow you down, they help you go further. Tip 2. Talk to someone. When you feel stressed, tired, or sad, don't keep it all inside. Talk to someone you trust, a friend, a family member, or even a teacher or counselor. You don't have to face everything alone. Sometimes, just saying how you feel out loud can make your heart feel lighter. And when you talk about your struggles, you may discover that others feel the same way too. It reminds you that you're not alone. Talking about your feelings is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of courage and strength. Tip 3. Know your why. Your why is the reason you work hard. It's the dream or goal that gives meaning to your effort. When life feels difficult, when you feel tired or unsure, remember your why. Maybe you work hard to help your family. Maybe you want to build a better future. Maybe you want to learn, create, or make a difference in the world. When you remember why you started, It gives you energy and focus. It also reminds you what is truly important, so you don't lose yourself while chasing success. Tip 4. Keep balance in life. Success is not only about money, jobs, or achievements. It's also about love, friendship, peace, and health. Try to give time to all parts of your life, not just work or study. Spend time with your family and friends. Eat good food, exercise, sleep enough, and do things that make you happy. Balance means you don't let one part of your life take over everything else. When your life is balanced, you feel calmer, stronger, and more joyful. Tip 5. Don't compare yourself to others. This is one of the most important lessons of all. It's easy to look at other people's lives and think, they are more successful or they are happier than me. But remember, you only see the outside of their story. You don't see their worries, fears, or sleepless nights. Everyone has their own journey, and yours is unique. Comparing yourself to others steals your peace. Instead, focus on your own path, your own growth, and your own progress. Celebrate your small wins. Be proud of how far you've come, even if you're not where you want to be at. Because every small step forward is still success. If you follow these tips, taking breaks, talking to others, knowing your why, keeping balance, and avoiding comparison, you can chase your dreams without losing yourself. You can work hard, stay strong, and still feel happy and healthy inside. That is the kind of success that truly lasts. Your journey, your success. Success feels better when you enjoy the journey and take care of yourself along the way. It's not about rushing to the finish line. It's about moving forward every day with patience, kindness, and care for yourself. Remember, success is a long path with many steps. Some days you will feel happy, confident, and strong. Other days you may feel tired, worried, or sad, and that is completely okay. What matters most is that you keep going. Take breaks when you need them. Ask for help when things feel too hard. Stay true to your reasons, your why. When you do this, you build a life that is not only successful in the usual sense, but also full of joy, health, and balance. The most important message. As we end this episode, let's remember the key lesson. Success is not just about money, fame, or winning. True success means feeling good inside, taking care of your health, your mind, and your relationships, and living a balanced life. We have seen that many people who look successful on the outside may still face hidden struggles. They may work long hours, feel stress or fear, and sometimes feel lonely. These feelings are normal. They are part of the journey, and they do not make anyone weak. Your own story. What is most important is that success is your own story. You get to decide what success means for you. It might be having a happy family, learning new skills, helping others, feeling proud of your own efforts. It's okay to take breaks, to ask for help, and to be honest about your feelings. You do not have to hide your struggles or try to be perfect. Take some time this week to think about your own goals and dreams. Ask yourself, what does success mean to me? What makes me happy and proud? Maybe you want to improve your English, start a new hobby, or build a career. Whatever your goals are, remember to take care of yourself along the way. Success is not a race. It is a journey to enjoy, to learn, and to grow. Connect and share. If you feel comfortable, share your thoughts about this episode with a friend, family member, or teacher. You can also write to me or leave a comment online. When we share our stories and ideas, we build a stronger, kinder community. We remind ourselves and others that we are not alone on our journeys. Your voice is important. Your story matters. A small challenge. Before we finish, here's a small challenge for you this week. Notice when you feel tired, stressed, or overwhelmed. Take a short break when you need it. Talk to someone you trust if you feel worried or alone. Remember your why, the reason you are working hard. These small actions can make a big difference in your day and your journey toward success. Thank you for listening to Super English Talks. I hope this episode helps you feel more confident, inspired, and ready to chase your dreams while also taking care of yourself. Success is not just a goal, it's a way of living. Take one step at a time. Be kind to yourself. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Until then, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Goodbye for now.